Hey guys, Dan again. This will be my third and final segment for the day. So I'll stop bombarding you with my views and opinions after this for the day, at least anyway. So yeah, so my next subject is my next well I say subject, I mean my next online newspaper article that I found interesting. That I would like to talk about is about this Tess Holiday lady, Tess Holiday. Um, I must admit I have seen her on the cover of some magazines, I think, and I have seen people talking about, and people have discussed her before. Discussed yeah, just how like it's great that she's so body confident, etc., etc. So yeah, let's just click over so you guys can see the article that I was reading. So yeah, literally today, 18th of July, today, plus size model Tess Holliday slips into a plunging floor swimsuit as she frolics in the waters at Malibu Beach. So this lady's been incredibly vocal when it comes to fighting for body positivity. So Tess Holiday, 34, looked really happy and relaxed when she hit the beach in sunny Malibu in California on Wednesday, cooling off from the scorching temperatures. The plus-size model appeared to be in her element, as she looked like she needed a much-needed break from hectic work commitments. Right, so first thing that I read a lot of the comments, and I did see this story come around before, and what people were saying. I mean, it's very simple, isn't it? It's just not healthy on your body. So, I mean, you can no more promote this kind of body image than you can promote smoking cigarettes, for example. I mean, it's just not good for your health. Over here, obesity is like a really big cost on the NHS over in. I mean, I guess it is in America as well. You don't have the NHS, but obviously it's just a big problem, and it's a problem because it's not healthy to people. I mean, it's not like if it didn't make a difference, it wasn't unhealthy or healthy or just was indifferent, then it wouldn't be a problem. But obviously it is unhealthy, which is why it is a problem. So, I mean, I don't think it is right that well, I don't know really, because it's one of those things where it's like I don't think anyone really does say, "Oh well, Tess Holiday, look at her, she's doing really well, she's happy, she's massively obese." It's a clinical term, obesity, isn't it? When you're over a certain weight, which she is. So yeah, she is obese. So if that's a clinical term of being unhealthily overweight, then she technically has an illness, doesn't she, of obesity? So. But yeah, so there's lots of pictures of her, lots of pictures. I mean, I would say that this is it's just a clickbait article, isn't it? It's just sensationalizing a person just for people to draw attention to whatever that person is doing, and it's just a subject to discuss. I guess it's much the same like I'm just discussing it now. But yeah, you scroll through, there's lots of pictures of her. The fashionable one piece also put emphasis on her impressive collection of tattoos on her legs and arm. The Mississippi native relied on her naturally photogenic features as she forewent makeup for the day to be out in the sun. I mean, it's very complimentary of this lady. I'm not saying that it shouldn't be complimentary of her, but I mean, it's like my whole point is: do we think that promoting an unhealthy lifestyle? I mean, it's not, everything isn't just about health and fitness. Everything is not about the shape of your body or just your outward appearance of health. I mean, there is obviously the mental and psychological health that is important. It's just as important, isn't it, to people's health? And I'm guessing that she well, at least outwardly she appears to, when people think that she is happy. You know what I mean? She's got a good career. Lots of people covet fame, and she clearly has that, so that will be making her happy as well. And if her being this shape and promoting this shape is what gets her that fame, then that is in a way keeping her happy. But I mean, is that a good? I mean, we all know that fame isn't necessarily the best thing for everybody. Lots of problems. Lots of people have problems with fame, and when they become famous, or when they become not so famous, or when they do anything a normal person would do when they're not famous and it doesn't really get highlighted, and then there will be a famous person will just be trolled for it. So yeah, so like if you keep scrolling through, honestly, I look at this, it's just more and more and more and more and more pictures. More and more pictures. But I'm guessing that's all it really isn't. That is the point. I mean, she's a model, isn't she? She models, so I guess having pictures is her thing. So maybe that's why there's so many pictures. So yeah. So Tess is unapologetically confident when it comes to her body confidence, and takes to her Instagram account to relay the message of body positivity and confidence to her followers. But I mean, I would argue that her confidence doesn't come from her how her body is. What comes from how her body is we live in this fame all or nothing. Do you know what I mean? You snowball and you get a load of followers, you become famous sort of world. So if she has become famous, she that is what makes her confident in herself. And so then she can look past the fact that she maybe doesn't like how she looks, but because of how she looks, she's famous, so she can. It's like she has to balance up which is the benefit she wants. Is the benefit better more than the drawback? So, and obviously that's what she thinks. So so I don't think it's necessarily her actual body where her confidence comes from. It's the fame she's got then because of her body. I mean, it's fine margins with that concept, isn't it? But yeah, so she's a frequent uploader of naked snaps alongside inspiring captions, and has been previously slammed by lingerie brand Victoria's Secret for only caring about marginalised groups. I mean, that's just what people can care about, whatever they want to care about. Can't if you're in the public limelight, it's up to you what you decide to promote or not promote, isn't it? So earlier this year, Tess hit back at her critics who insisted plus-size people can't be in shape, revealing that she drives more than 2 hours a day to work out with her trainer 3 hours a week, 3 times a week. Okay then, right. Firstly, I mean, I'm guessing obviously however they rate it up. If you drive more than 2 hours a day to work out with your trainer 3 times a week, so what? So you drive 2 hours a day, and then but you only train on 3 of those days. But so what should you do? Drive to the gym and drive back now. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, we get that that's not what they meant. But yeah, so she trains 3 times a week, and she drives an hour each way, then presumably to her trainer. I mean, you can't say that getting in your car and driving somewhere means that you are you are dedicated to your fitness. I mean, the act of driving, choosing where you go. If you choose to go to a closer gym, then it doesn't take you as long to get there. So I choose to go to a gym that's an hour away. Therefore, I'm more committed to being in shape. I mean, that doesn't make sense, does it? So yeah, plus size people can't be in shape. I mean, it just depends what you mean by shape, really. But I mean, like, what does shape? It's a one word, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't specify what it means. But like in sort of health and fitness, in health and fitness, shape means being a shape that is healthy and fit. So I don't suspect she clearly isn't healthy, and she clearly isn't fit. So she can't be in shape. She's not in shape. And then the fact she drives more than 2 hours a day every day to train 3 times a week. I mean, the fact that she drives an hour each way 3 times a week. I mean, what's the distance? I mean, just say I train 3 times a week. Okay, so I mean, if you're a model, I mean, she's a model. I mean, models live in the gym, don't they? Isn't like when they're not doing shoots, they're in the gym, they're working out on their body because that is their job. So yeah. So, taken to Instagram to it, I drive over 2 hours to train with some person 3 times a week. That's commitment. That's commitment. So that's it. So that's commitment. So what does that mean? So don't tell me what folks in bigger bodies aren't capable of, because we will prove you wrong every time. What does that mean? You're going to prove me wrong. So okay, so I think being clinically obese is unhealthy for various different reasons. So you are going to prove me wrong. So you think I don't think you're capable of driving over 2 hours to train. So driving an hour each way, or even if it's 2 hours each way, but it's not, obviously it's an hour each way. That makes you, so that proves me wrong, because you can commit to driving an amount of time. Right, okay, so that does make sense. So meanwhile, the model struggled with delayed, so she did struggle with depression, which led her to start taking medication and seeing a life coach. So, I mean, so this, I don't know a lot about this woman. I'm just reading this now. Maybe I should read articles before I talk about them. But okay, so she admitted that she was depressed. So she has all, so she is depressed. So and presumably, I mean, you can't really tell me it's not because of her body shape that's made her depressed. I mean, admittedly, people are going to be saying things to her, but when you try and promote an image that this is healthy, this is great, I'm so confident, people are going to oppose that view, aren't they, and tell you, no, it's not, no, you're not healthy, and no, that isn't great. So, and if you're in the public limelight, that is what's going to happen. So I feel guilty, she told Self last June. The amount of people who get thrust into the limelight and they're plus size, they lose weight, the more successful they get, the more weight they lose. It's hard because people don't owe staying fat to anyone. It's hard because those people don't owe staying fat to anyone. I mean, again, I mean, it's just it doesn't make a lot of sense, really. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But what I will say, that it definitely isn't healthy. It definitely isn't something that should really be promoted as healthy, as thingy. And I guess in reality, it isn't really, isn't it? Is it? It's not really something that people. Yeah. So anyway, that's just a quick. Yeah. I just want to talk about it just because it popped up today's article today. So yeah. Thanks, guys.